Hi everyone, my name is Delene Grant and welcome to part 11. Finally, thank you for listening in, and I hope you find my presentation here on TVP Disability Ontario and Nicolini Law, Ada Nicolini and Ashlyn Steele. I hope you find it interesting, okay? 2022 continued, okay? I had no contract with this lawyer for CPP disability. I'm not sure where it falls. Does it fall under employment law? I only retain this lawyer for WSIB, which is Workplace Safety and Insurance Board claim, okay? Injured on the job, all right? So please feel free to comment because I'm not sure why I had to go through this with CPP disability, all right? Thanks. CPP disability Ontario is liable for damages. Okay? Was a part of the system to deceive. Must have been aware that I was not involved in the appeal since some pertinent information were missing from the form. Okay? Followed through with the deception for 2 years to ensure that my character stayed marred in the Canadian system. Findings were biased. Okay? In my opinion, what do you think? Okay, I'm sure you would agree with me. Okay. This CPP request and report must be entirely erased from the Canadian system. Yes. This request was created due to the deception of Nicolini law firm covering up for Bill Mobility, the defense. It should have never been created since I had retained Nicolini law only for WSIB, that's Workplace Safety and Insurance Board claim, of which he misrepresented. Nicolini law firm did not explain the reason of the CPP disability form to me, but I trusted his judgment. He was the lawyer. When I got it on April 30th, 2017, 2018. I got it on that email, remember? April 30, 2018, to give to my doctor while I was still at work and before I was denied long-term disability from my workplace in May. You understand? May 2018. I was naive. I didn't know anything, so I'm trusting the lawyer here, right? Okay. Nicolini Law Firm knew that I could not claim both WSIB and CPP disability at the same time. Conniving. Wow, that's the word. Okay. Deja vu. This deceitful CPP disability report serves as truth and testament to the false statements of claim which were completed without my knowledge or involvement in January 2019. The above is a typical example of what Adrian Nicolini Law Firm did in January 2019 without a signature. And we'll get there, okay? We'll get there. Please stay with me. It's really get interesting, okay? Falsely created statement of claim, wrongful dismissal. Falsely created statement of claim, long-term disability. See details under deception of Nicolini law presentation. Okay? Benjamin Law Firm was charged for WSIB expenses, visits, and phone calls. I was the client who retained Adrian Nicolini for WSIB, so I knew definitely that the docket was false, made up. Wow. Some lawyers should not practice law, because they are criminals. They're not different from the murderer out there, eh? Benjamin Law contacted Nicolini Law because Benjamin Law, when I went to Benjamin Law for long-term disability, right, the lawyer stated, Mr. Benjamin stated that he will contact Nicolini Law for my statement of claim. I told Benjamin Law that the statement of claim was created by Adrian Nicolini, and I was unaware of it. So he said he will contact the lawyer. I didn't have to speak to Adrian Nicolini. He will do it for me, okay? So Benjamin Law contacted Nicolini Law in February 27, 2019, on my behalf. I told Benjamin Law about the false statement of claim, long-term disability created by Nicolini Law without my consent. The information on the docket is false. Nicolini Law Firm Adrian Nicolini had misrepresented my WSIB case and falsified charges paid for by Benjamin Law Firm. I did not retain Nicolini Law Firm for long-term disability. No communication or discussion, mails, emails, phone calls, nothing were received. Right? These were all made up by Nicolini Law Firm for long-term disability. All made up information. Okay. I have brought this docket sheet forward again, just as proof to show you that Adrian Nicolini did a criminal act, okay? Because Benjamin Law was charged $7,083.56, okay? For what? All right, I'm going to go through quickly again with you. This docket sheet, I didn't include everything, but part here, it says over $5,000 on this sheet here. But others, I've dealt with it in another presentation. I believe you have already seen it from my other presentation, okay, on Nicolini Law Firm. However, I brought this again forward to show you the deceitful act of Nicolini Law Firm, right? Because again, I retained Adrian Nicolini on April 10, 2017, while I was still at work, okay, for WSIB. This retainer fee of $1,130 was paid to Nicolini Law, Adrian Nicolini, right, for Workplace Safety Insurance Board, WSIB claim. And I was still at work, okay? I was still at work up until May 24th. I was fired from my job on May 24th. While I still had the WSIB lawyer, I was fired from my job. So here, Benjamin Law was charged for all this. So the retainer fee, which again, Adrian Nicolini doubled up because I already paid him, and again he charged Benjamin Law here, and every other charges that pertain to WSIB, Benjamin Law was charged. Okay, on June 5th, when I went to Adrian Nicolini's Law's office to be retained for wrongful dismissal and long-term disability, I was not retained, right? The law, I didn't get the picture until years later, because I did not retain a lawyer. There was no contract signed on that day. It played over in my head when I was thinking, why did this lawyer is still in my life, basically, because he was not doing right by me at WSIB. At the time, I didn't know anyway. It was just years later thinking, right? And I was saying, I remember when Adrian Nicolini said, my doctor did not believe in my injury. Okay? When I was telling Adrian Nicolini about the mistreatment of the doctors, he said it would not be included in my claim. When I told Adrian Nicolini of the discrimination by mobility and Manulife insurance, he says it will not be included in my claim. Okay. However, I was not present with the contract that day. Whatever documents I had, I wasn't thinking, right? I wasn't thinking. So whatever documents, right, I left with him that day. I thought he'll be able to review the evidences that I had and then draft a contract. And later on, he would call me in his office and I would sign a contract. I didn't know the process. This is my first lawyer, first ever, So I didn't know the process. And I didn't realize that this lawyer was just there to do me wrong, right? So here, Benjamin Law Firm was charged for, I do not know what this is because I was never involved, nothing. Yeah, okay. As I did indicate before, this is a criminal act. Yeah. We may think that the criminals are just those that are out there on the streets or no. Right in the law firm here, this is a lawyer who has been committing criminal acts, and me, I do not know about anybody else. I'm talking about my situation here, and I know I can say here that this is a criminal act. Okay, please feel free to review. I've already been through it. Okay, in my other presentation. Okay, the lawyer was actually charged while Benjamin Law was actually charged while I was still working. Okay, feel free to pause and read. Thank you. See details of the deception of Nicolini law under presentation Nicolini law, the creation of false statements of claim. Okay. After all the activities by Nicolini law firm, why didn't he ask me for payment? Why? He knew what he was doing, and I'm sure he got paid. Yeah. So I was insignificant. Okay. Nicolini law firm knew that they could not ask me for payment since I had no involvement in my cases. If he wasn't working for me, who was he working for? Because he was so diligent in ensuring that he did me wrong. Yeah. I only retained Nicolini law firm for WSIB, which is Workplace Safety and Insurance Board claim, right? And I paid a retainer fee of $1,130 in April 2017. I did not retain Nicolini law firm for wrongful dismissal or long-term disability in June 2018 when I was fired from my job on May 24, 2018, okay? After I retained Benjamin law firm for long-term disability in February 2019, yeah, I've been waiting all along, no communication, nothing at all from Nicolini law firm. So in February 2019, I retained Benjamin law for long-term disability, right? Nicolini law firm sent an invoice which contained activities, right, for WSIB, including payment which I had already made. Double dipping, criminal act, all right, okay, and other made-up activities that did not relate to me, criminal act, to Benjamin law for payment in May 2019. Benjamin law had to pay all that which I did not know about. I knew about the payment I made for the retainer, but did not know about all those other activities, okay? Benjamin law was charged. I retained Sanford Markin law firm in March 2019 for wrongful dismissal. However, Nicolini law firm with Morley law firm intervened to confuse my case in May 2019. Yes, my case was almost cancelled by Sanford Markin law due to deception of Nicolini law and Morley law. Yeah, very disappointing. I was disappointed because I believe that Sanford Markin law, a well-established and well-known firm, right? This lawyer, David Vaughn, was doing right. He was doing it as according to the law, and I was pleased. I'm in the hands of the right law firm. However, was it lawyer's loyalty why David Vaughn decided to threaten me, to side with these lawyers if I didn't do this or whatever? He was going to deny my claim. He's gonna cancel me. He was not gonna represent me, right? I was very disappointed. Yeah. David Vaughn, Sanford Markin law, I was very disappointed in you. You were on the right track until they got in contact with these deceitful lawyers. Yeah. You joined with them. Very disappointing. I retained NIMOC law in July 2019. First for my motor vehicle accident claim of July 2nd, 2019. Then was coerced to transfer my other two cases, wrongful dismissal and long-term disability, to their firm. Wow, that's a wrong move I made. Big mistake, I tell you. The only good thing from this transfer was that Benjamin law firm received their money back. Yay. From the deception of Nicolini law firm. Yes, okay, because Naymark law had to make payment to retrieve my long-term disability documents. So God wasn't sleeping at all, and God isn't sleeping. Yeah. Benjamin law was able to get their money back. That lawyer was doing right by me. Okay. The only claim that should be in the position of Nicolini law firm was WSIB claim. My WSIB claim, Workplace Safety Insurance Board claim. Unfortunately, I could not move that case. I tried. Oh my. I guess, as someone say, my name is flagged in the system, eh? Yeah. So I guess someone would say, maybe that's why I was denied, I could say, for WSIB, right? However, was in shock when I received large stack of documents in April 2022 regarding my appeal for CPP disability. I did not appeal my CPP disability claim, but it would seem as if I did, since Nicolini Law firm Agent Nicolini and Ashlyn Steele, right, went ahead without my consent and appealed the claim and acted on my behalf throughout. At the end, Nicolini Law firm didn't even ask me for payment because the firm knew that they did what they did to my reputation. Okay, all right. As I said, I really wanted to lose ties with this lawyer, my WSIB claim, and no lawyer would accept me. Okay, but here this lawyer went all out on me with CPP disability. Yeah, to mar my reputation in the system. I would like the information on me with CPP disability be removed. That was all Adrian Nicolini is doing. Okay? Thank you.